time or anything.
Have you got... So, who haven't we talked about on here? Who's been the least?
Well,
Uncle Sam from London. I'm
Yes.
going to the loo if you don't mind.
hey, go up on the stair lift.
Oh, no.
Go on, Margaret,
I'm
try.
too heavy. You've got to be weighed.
No, don't be silly.
Frightened.
No, you can't do it. Oh, it's no use talking to your mother. She's her own law. So, the only people living here now are nobody.
Who's this one in the stripes?
That is Uncle Sam's wife,
Oh, right.
and she was called Eva Gurney,
Oh, yeah.
was her name. And she was extremely beautiful, very, very beautiful woman. And she lived in part of Wales. She wasn't Welsh.
How did they meet?
Well, because Uncle Sam at that time he worked for Courtaulds, which is a material like silk and
Oh, yeah.
satin, those sort of
Textiles.
things. And because he was very bright, he got up the ladder. He hadn't had an education.
No.
But as I say to you, he never admitted ever that he hadn't been to a grammar school.
Ah, right.
He would not say that. And he'd then been in the south of England working, so he didn't have any intonation of this
The accent.
area.
Oh, I see. Okay, so he lost it.
So he'd gone as a boy from school, which would have been perhaps 14, on his own to live in.
To be an apprentice of some sort.
And so this is what he did. But at the end of his life, he bought this. The children were brought up with maids and a very expensive lifestyle.
In the south of England or in Wales?
Epsom.
Oh, right, that's the Epsom lot.
So they lived in Epsom, or Ewell, part of Epsom, where when...
Is that where Vera, is that...
That's right.
Vera's their
And
child.
so then, of course, Vera, by wartime, was married to Bill, who was a captain in the army, very handsome young man. And Vera and he married, and they had these 3 children. And I was the youngest of the Littlewoods, of course. And then came Bessie and Gerald, who were Uncle Sid's children. So they were the next in line. And then after that, there was Ruth, who was Eva Gurney's daughter.
Okay.
So Eva Gurney's daughter was Ruth, and then
Sorry,
Jeannie.
and Vera's sister then?
So Vera's sisters were Jean and Ruth.
Oh, yeah.
They'd all had dancing lessons, they'd all wore ermine.
Oh, right.
A very, very rich.
And that was because Uncle Sam
had
a
raised
good-
himself to being very top job.
Yeah.
So he'd done that, and so this house that they bought in Ewell was huge, and they had lots of land with it as well, so it was nothing built round, and it was on the actual road there, you know.
Mince pies, Sheila. What does Sheila want me to do?
Chuck 'em.
And where are they?
As what she said, they're in the cupboard. Now what they're doing
Right,
there,
I'll have a look.
they're in the cupboard. You know where the little plates are?
Yeah.
When we have our...
Okay.
Yeah. And so, what was I up to, Gareth? Oh, so this was on the main road going from Ewell into Epsom. Very, very expensive area. So when the girls were older, he died, then Vera decided what she was going to do was to make it into a preparatory school.
Oh, right.
So then it was called Linton Preparatory School. So Jeannie went off to university. And
She was the youngest of the 3.
she was the middle.
Oh.
The middle. She went off. Now Vera
Who's in this picture?
was a beauty. She really was. She was very beautiful. And she went on. She didn't do any, but she still lived there till
In
she
the
went...
prep school?
Yeah, till she died, really, till she went into a home, and she was there. But then Jeannie never came back. When she was in university, she did a fine arts degree. So that's what she did, and taught for some time. So she never was involved with Ruthie, who taught there, and Vera, who was the headmistress of this. So then, of course, when Vera dies and the other two are married, that Jean goes to Nottingham and lives with Bill, where they have two children, Jenny, who you'll have heard your mother talk about, and John. Now, those two children, Jenny became an artist and did a fine arts degree as well. Looks at paintings